Hi everyone. Today I'm gonna show you how to display earliest or latest date in a slicer as a default value. This is very common practice in Power BI. Depending on your need, your latest date can represent today's date. Sometimes it can be a different date. Or if for some reasons your requirement is always to display the earliest date within your dataset. This is what we're gonna cover today. So this is the example that I'm showing. So as you can see, apart from the actual dates, right, I have one date, which is equal to 1st of December, 2014. And it's showing here as latest. So that's the trick that you need to utilize for that. So you cannot select a hard-coded date such as 1st of December 2014, because that means that tomorrow when you load data, it will still show 1st of December 2014. While what you want to do, you want to display the newest, the latest date, right? Let's say it's 1st of January 2015. So you want to make it dynamic, right? So that it's changing, so it always shows you the latest date. So let's jump into the actual example how to do that, how I enable it. So usually when you work with that, you would use a date table, right? Because that's the best practice to have a date table. So in that example, I've got a date table created by using DAX calendar auto. So it automatically creates the date table. If you want to know more about how to create effective and reusable date table, I will link my previous video in the description. Go check it out. It's very helpful for your future projects and in order to um, continue developing your skills as a Power BI developer. And that's the date table, right? And then I have the actual fact table, and that's the date that I'm using in my fact table. It's called financials. And in order to make it work, you need to create additional column. So here's the column that I've created. It's called date text because it has to be a text value. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. And that's the formula that I have written. So what you need to do is you write in you find in the maximum value within your fact table. So in my case, it's financials table and column name date. And all you need to do is you need to find when it's equal to a value within the date table. So when it's equal to that date, then you return latest in your if statement, right? If it's true, you return latest. But if it's not true, you're not returning just a date column because it's not gonna work. It's gonna create a conflict of data type because that data type is a text latest. It's a text string, right? While the date, it's a date column, date data type. So you are converting it by using format and providing the format of the um, column that you want to return. So in my case, I want to return um, first two digits should represent day, um, then month should be returned as first three characters, and year needs to be returned with the last two digits. And that's it. Once you're done with that, you'll need to make sure that it's sorted by date column, right? And once you've done that, it should work. So let's bring over this new column, and if I find latest, you'll see it's there. It's not sorted correctly, so I want latest to be at the top. So we can fix that, right? Like we can go to sorting in descending order. And there it is. So it returns the list of dates, but my default selection will be latest. So tomorrow, if the new dataset comes to my data source changed, then it would still display the latest date. There is one more thing that you need to do. If you don't add a filter, which I have added here, it's gonna look like this. It will contain all the dates from the date table. So you've seen that I actually filter it so it only contains the dates that are present in my fact table. So the way I've done it is by creating this measure. I call it is financials empty. So the way it works is I'm using is empty function, and it returns true if the specified table or table expression is empty. So when I return it, um, if it's empty, it's true, but I wanna swap it so that it's true when it's not empty. So I'm adding not for that. And then I would leave it just there without using integer. However, if I were to use just this part, I wouldn't be able actually to use it in the filter pane. But if you start you convert it into integer, so your true or false statement into integer, which returns you 1 or 0, then you can actually use it as a, in a filter pane as a filter. And then I can specify if it's not empty, meaning that if my table financials fact table is not empty, then it would return 1. So if it's returning 1, then filter my slicer for all these values that when my fact table is not empty. And that's how I'm returning all these um, dates that are only present in financials tables and filtering out everything else.